All right, here we go. Namaste everyone. Welcome to Hindi University. Really excited to have all of you this Sunday. As you know, my name is Ashutosh and we meet every Sunday 8 a.m. US Pacific time, which is time on the west coast of the US, and we learn about the Hindi language. For those of you who are completely new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Hindi University, and you can find all the previous videos that we have done. You will see about like 600 or so videos, right? So there's plenty of material there. And if you're interested in joining the live classes that we have, you can get all the details on this page, which is tiny.cc/Hindi University. In addition to how you can join the Sunday classes that we have, you can find details about how to join the practice sessions that we have. In the sheet, you will see underneath the sheet, there are a lot of tabs. I definitely encourage you to check out all of them, because you'll find out about, as I said, about the class, about the practice sessions, and similarly the books that we've been following, how to join the Discord channel and interact with the community members so that way you can practice your Hindi. Similarly, the classes are structured into different sort of parameters. So let's say if you want to brush up only certain topics, you can do that on this, on the list that we have here. Okay. With that being said, as you know that we're pretty much following a blended curriculum in this year. For the beginners, we are doing and similarly the intermediate plus, right? So for the beginners, we've been doing 2 books. First one is the Elementary Hindi by Professor Richard Delacy, who's a professor at Harvard University for Hindi language. And the second one we are doing is the Pingu Learns Hindi. Pingu, okay, learn Hindi. And links for both the books you can find it in the tiny.cc. And for the intermediate one, it's a blended curriculum that includes Professor Rupert Snell, Kavita Kumar, as well as Professor Usha Jain. Okay, so with that being said, as you know, we started a new chapter in the previous class from Richard Delacy's book, chapter 10. And my goal for this class is to continue chapter 10 from Richard Delacy. We'll start small as always and we'll increase the complexity of the topic. Okay, and throughout the class I'll keep asking questions, so you should do the same thing. Like if you have any doubt, definitely ask the question. Okay, so let's get started. That's all the administrative stuff I have to cover. So if you recall, in the few months ago, we started from Richard Delacy's book only. We started the topic for Hona, and it's a pretty important topic in Hindi language. It has multiple use cases. You will see it across the board. It really confuses a lot of Hindi learners because it has so many of use cases. And you always feel like, what is going on? Like, in the previous week when I learned about it, it was in use in a certain way. Now I'm learning it. It's all of a sudden the use cases have changed, right? That's Hona for you. Okay. So we'll try to simplify it. Okay. In the earlier classes, you might have recalled when we learned about it, like you might have learned it as a to be form of the verb. To be form of the verb. Okay. So let's say you want to really use and you want to say I am student in Hindi. How will you say Jackie ji, I am student?
मैं छात्र हूँ.
Very good. मैं छात्र हूँ. Or you can simply, if you don't know the word, you can say मैं student हूँ. And all of a sudden this hum is being used, which is nothing but Hona is written for मैं. Okay, there it is used as a to be form of the verb. Okay, so that was the simplest case that we learned, right? Similarly, if he is a student, she is a student, वह छात्र है, and if we say they are student, वे छात्र हैं, all of those are nothing but the to be form of the verb. Okay, just like in English you have am, are, all of those, right? That is what we have covered so far. But Hona has more cases. Okay, it can also be used as an, how you use the other verbs such as like, khana, pina, bolna. Okay, when you use these verbs along with the to be form of the verb, you say, for example, same thing. If you want to say I eat, how will you say it, Jackie ji? I eat.
मैं खाती हूँ या मैं खाता हूँ.
Very good. Right. So you say मैं खाती हूँ for a girl and मैं खाता हूँ for a guy. Right? मैं खाती हूँ or for a guy is मैं खाता हूँ. So you see, you still have हूँ, which is the to be form of the word, but you're using khana in a proper way. You use, for the present tense, you're using the imperfective participle, right? You remove the along with the proper conjugation for मैं. So you say मैं खाती हूँ or मैं खाता हूँ. Okay. How about this? Can I use hona as opposed to khana in certain cases? Okay. You will not say for I eat, but there are the specific cases where hona can also be used along with the proper ending. Okay, in this class we will cover all those cases and what does it really mean. Okay, I know it might sound confusing, but when I give examples it will make more sense. Okay, so just to recap, multiple use cases of hona, we learned it to be used as a to be form of the verb. In this class we learn how to use hona where it can be conjugated as well properly. Okay, just like you are conjugating khana, pina, bolna, right? So can be used as an imperfective sense in a present tense. We sure can. Okay, so let's look at, let's say there are sentences which are universally true. So let's say I have an example called this rose is red. I'm going to take this example directly from Richard Delacy, and then I'm going to give a lot of my examples. Okay, versus roses are red. Okay, roses are red. I wrote two sentences. Forget about Hindi for now. What difference do you see in these two sentences? Deliaji, you want to unmute yourself and tell us, just from English perspective. I said this rose is red versus roses are red.
The first one, then you mean a specific rose?
Okay, it's a specific rose. Okay, it's a specific rose. And the second one?
Roses in common, you mean?
Okay, yeah. So in this sentence, you're saying roses in common or in general, right? So, okay, let's see. Let's try this one. How do you say this sentence in the rose? This rose is red.
ये गुलाब लाल है.
Very good. So you'll say यह गुलाब लाल है. Okay, very simple. This is यह. You can, gulab is nothing but rose. You can say यह rose, and then red is nothing but lal, and then is your है. यह गुलाब लाल है. Now this one, sentences which are generally true, eternal truth. Okay, how will you say this one?
गुलाब लाल होते हैं.
Okay, so you said gulab and then hai. Okay, lal is also there. What is the change? What changed from this sentence to this sentence? You have gulab, which is rose, red, and hai. What changed? There's something you said here, and you said hote hain. Right? What was your thought process?
To put in the word are, also, because the hai at the end is not the are as a verb.
Yeah. So what she's saying.
Okay, Hona, I used Hona, and thought gulab is female, so I used the female. The male participle,
Very good. Very
but
good.
not the singular, the plural. So
Very good. So what you're saying is like sentences which are generally true, which are common, you end up using Hona as an imperfective participle form. Okay? Just like you use khana with the different cases, you say khata, khati, and khate. The form for Hona would be hota, hoti, and hote. Okay? Now we're talking about roses, masculine plural. For this one, masculine plural form is hote and ending is hai. Okay, so that's your sort of a first use case. Whenever you're saying something which is general, let's say the general statement is dogs are loyal. Okay, this is a generic statement that I'm saying. I'm not saying it for a particular dog. I'm saying in general, dogs are loyal. Okay, just like we wrote this one, gulab lal hote hain. If you were to take a guess, Barbara ji, okay, you don't need to know what is dog called in Hindi. You don't need to know what is loyal called in Hindi. Just use the same pattern. Just like you said, gulab lal hote hain. How will you say?
Loyal, can I say in Hindi? Allora,
You can
dogs are chutte,
you can say, okay.
Tutte,
Uh-huh.
kutte. Allora, kutte, loyal,
Uh-huh.
can I? Loyal, hote, hai.
Uh-huh. Very good. So you said kutte loyal hote hain. Okay, very good. Right? Dogs loyal होते हैं और कुत्ते, if you want to say it in Hindi, the word for loyal is,
I don't know.
anybody else?
Is it something like such?
Huh?
Is it something like such? Sucha? Is that-
Okay, okay.
Wafadar.
Wafadar, very good, right? You can say this one. Wafadar, right? So you have a fur with a wafadar. Okay, that's a more commonly used word for when loyal is being used in the context of dogs, right? So kutte wafadar hote hain. Amazing. Okay, you can say sache hote hain. That's like truthful, but in the case of like dogs, this is somehow commonly spoken. So this is your use case number 1. Okay, and I'll give more and more examples of it. Use case number 1, where Hona is used in the imperfective participle form. Okay, hota, hoti, and hote. Okay, let's keep going further. I hope everyone is at least so far able to follow this one. If not, just continue to see the more examples and then it'll make more sense. So just like your dogs are loyal, if you want to say cats are curious, and I want all of you to try it out. Okay, all of you will get some time. So just like dogs are loyal, if I wrote for you, cats are curious. All of you should write it down and write in the Zoom chat or on the Facebook chat. Cats are curious. Everybody should try their best. How will you say that in Hindi? Very good. Amazing. Namiji?
Maybe utsuk,
Okay. Barbara ji, go for it. You
utsuk.
say,
Allora,
what is cat?
Billy,
Okay. For one,
Bill-
it's Billy. For plural,
Bill-
it would be
for billion,
Billion. Okay.
billion, yes.
Hmm.
Billion, uttak,
Okay. Let's say
hotti hai.
okay. Very good. Okay. Hoti hai. Why did you use hoti here?
Feminine cats,
Okay. So because it is
plural,
plural.
yes.
Yeah. Bilya. And what's the word for curious that you guys use?
Utsuk. Utsuk.
So you use utsuk. Okay, utsuk.
Jigyasu.
Very good, jigyasu, right? So some of you use the word jigyasu. It's a more formal word, okay, both of them. So just like, if you speak slowly, it'll come across just like how native speakers will say it or understand it, right? So either you can say बिल्लियाँ उत्सुक होती है और बिल्लियाँ जिज्ञासु होती है. JDG, you want to try out these words? Try pronouncing both of them.
Utsuk,
Very good. Utsuk, very good. This one?
Diyuk, Diyauk,
Okay. Try it out. It's Jigyasu. So try it out.
Jigyauk.
So this is S and U.
Oh, Jigyasu.
Very good. One more time.
Yasu.
One more time. Jigyasu. Say the full,
Jigyasu.
very good. Say the full thing now.
Bilyan, Jigyasu, Hoti Hai.
Beautiful. Bilya Jigyasu hoti hai. Amazing. Okay. Now let's say because you are from West Virginia, right? And there's a lot of mountains, right? And generally we can say mountains are tall. How will you say JDZ? Mountains are tall. I'm not going to write it down. I'm going to pick up the pace and I'm going to come more from you. Mountains are tall.
Mountains are tall. Oh, I have no idea what mountains is.
Just use mountains.
Okay, mountains. Lambe Hoti Hai.
Okay, beautiful, right? So imagine yourself giving introduction of West Virginia to some of your friends, okay? And you're talking about first yourself, like मैं JD हूँ, मैं artist हूँ, let's say, okay? मैं West Virginia से हूँ, West Virginia में, and then you will say mountains बड़े होते हैं. Mountains are big in or tall in in West Virginia. You get it, right? Now let's say you have something which is generally true, like time is precious. Okay, Donna ji, how will you say? Time is precious, like a saying, right? Very common that you will hear. Generally true. How will you say?
समय
Uh-huh.
precious होता है.
Very good. Right? समय precious होता है. Okay. Why did you say होता?
समय is masculine, I hope.
Consider masculine singular. Okay. Or for precious, what is the word that you guys will use?
I don't know. Can you use you can't use mahanga, can you?
Kimchi. and mole.
What is it?
I think it's anmol, precious.
Okay.
Kimati.
कीमती होता है.
Kimchi, yeah.
You can say मूल्यवान होता है. Okay. समय मूल्यवान होता है, which is same as precious or कीमती. This would do actually. समय precious होता है. So this is like, when you go to when if you're traveling in India and if you go to any of these holy sites, you will see like small shops and vendors, and likely you will see some flyers where you buy those, right? I mean the stickers. You will see like those things, right? So समय, try saying it in Hindi. This one, Donna ji.
समय मूल्यवान है होता है.
मूल्यवान, okay? मूल्यवान.
Oh, that's an N. Okay, मूल्यवान होता है.
मूल्यवान होता है. There you go. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. Let's say any kind of berries, like which are sour. Sheila ji, you want to say cranberries are sour.
I don't know, cranberries are sour. Cranberries sour, Jose.
Okay, so it's plural.
Jose.
Plural feminine.
Oh, hoti hai.
Very good. Cranberries sour hoti hai. Can you think of some more sentences that are generally from your observation, right? I mean, either about your town or something that you can think which follows this pattern.
नींबू sour होती है.
Okay, okay, hota hai. Okay, lemon is considered, masculine. Okay, let's say, which is generally true, like when you go to store and you buy the Apple products, they are generally expensive, right? Whether you buy any of the iPhones or watches, right? I mean, they're generally expensive. How would you say that? Let's say Mitaji.
Apple products महंगे होते हैं.
Beautiful, beautiful, right? So imagine like one is like you're talking about this phone is expensive. How will you say that?
ये phone महंगे होता है.
Okay, if it is about a particular phone in a tense,
Oh, sorry. Yeah. ये phone महंगे है.
very good, right? It is used as a to be form of the word. Versus phones are generally expensive or Apple products are generally expensive, in which you will say Apple products or Apple के सामान महंगे होते हैं, as you said it. Okay. This one, Nandini ji, Indian movies are long, right? Like you're talking about, movies and you're describing it to them, to people, right? This is a general thing. You're not talking about this movie is long. You're talking about Indian movies are long. How will you say that?
भारतीय फिल्म
Cinema,
लंबी होती है.
very good, right? Party pictures or movies, you can say lambi hoti hai. Okay. There are many songs in the Indian movies. Now we're talking about like the essay for the Indian movies. Nandini ji, how will you say that?
Can you repeat the question? I didn't hear the second half.
You want to say like generally there are songs, there are many songs in the Indian movies.
भारतीय फिल्म में बहुत सारी गाने होते हैं.
Beautiful, right? भारतीय पिक्चरों में और मूवीज में बहुत सारे गाने होते हैं. Okay, गाने for songs, masculine plural. That's why is hote. Okay, I know I went a little bit fast, so let me take a pause. Any questions, anyone?
I have a question then. So this is just for plural general formats? You use the two forms of Hona at the end?
So not for just plural, just like for example, समय precious होता है. So we did examples of होता है as well. Okay, if you want to say गाने, बहुत सारे गाने होते हैं. We did examples of होते हैं as well. And then for cranberries, we said cranberry sour होती है.
What if
So-
I wanted to say, what if I wanted to say something like, Donna is precious.
Which one?
Donna, a person. Asuji is precious.
Oh, okay. So, so in that case, you will not use hota. Okay, it's still used as a Ashuji or Don precious hai. Okay.
So
You
it's
will
only
not
when
say
you're,
that- yeah.
so it's only when you're in a plural situation, talking in general terms.
It's not plural.
No,
it's
it's
when you're
not
just
plural.
talking in general.
When you're talking
When you
in
say Dona Asuji, that's being specific. You're talking about that specific person. If
Okay.
you want to say like children are
people-
playful, then you would be, or you could say a child is playful, that would be singular versus
Children are precious.
children are, yeah.
Yeah. So let's say you had examples similar to this, JDG, and I just wrote a general sentence. Japanese people are hardworking. Versus I picked up a name of one particular, Japanese person. How will you say this one?
Okay, Japanese log, hardworking, hotei. Hotei.
Very good, right? Japanese लोग hardworking होते हैं, and what is the word for hardworking? let's say who would say that? I'm gonna ask Rita ji. Rita ji, what is the word for hardworking?
Mehnat. Sorry,
Very
my
good.
voice. Mehnat.
Mehnati. Very good. Very good. Say it one more time. So Japanese log.
Japanese people. Mehnati. Hota. 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 Tehe.
Very good. Japanese log mehnati hote hain. Okay, awesome. Any question? Anyone else? Who's finding it hard? Maybe raise your hand and ask, share why you're finding it hard. Maybe we can discuss more.
Ashuji,
Uh-huh.
the difference between bahut and bahut sare is a lot and many.
That's right. That's
Okay.
correct. Anybody else would like to share examples that they thought, not just what I covered, but they just thought about it as we were going over it? Let me ask Shamila ji, क्या चल रहा है?
Yeah. अब कुछ नहीं, मैं आपको सुन रही हूँ.
क्या ट्रिनिडाद के लोग बहुत मेहनती होते हैं?
कुछ लोग,
कुछ लोग.
सब कोई नहीं. जैसे दूसरे लोग दूसरे देश में है. It's not good to say. कुछ
So
लोग.
how would you describe the Trini people? Are they hardworking? Are they like you?
ट्रिनी लोग पार्टी लोग है.
Party लोग होते हैं.
पार्टी लोग है.
Right, right. Good. So we need that, right? We
हाँ,
need
बुजुर्ग लोग मैंने जी है,
okay,
लेकिन
बुजुर्ग लोग.
हाँ.
Okay, so if you want to say like the older generations, they are hardworking, or like the Trini old generation, you
हाँ,
know.
हाँ,
बहुत
सही
मेहनती.
है.
Right? Awesome. Okay. What else? Who else would like to share examples? Let's see. Anders, how are you doing, Anders? First, if it is hard to directly come in Hindi, just think about something, in English, and then we can work backwards.
Hello.
Yeah, go for it.
Can you ask the question again?
Any sample sentence you can share which follows this pattern.
मेरे पास कुछ नहीं अब आपके
मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है, very good. At least you said it in Hindi, which is a good thing. I'll come to you. Okay, so this is your use case number 1, which is basically when you want to say something in general. Okay, and there you will use Hona as an imperfective participle. Okay, now we'll cover use case number 2, in which I'm going to ask folks who didn't get a chance so far. So this is, you've done similar one in the past. So here Hona, when you use Hona in the imperfective participle, it has many meanings. Some of them could be to occur, or to take place, to occur, to take place, or to happen. Okay. Similarly, to grow. To grow.
Oh.
Okay, to grow. So imagine, like, if you want to know, imagine like you from a state where there's a lot of corn. Okay, it grows in your area, right? Or apple, let's say. Okay, if I want to know which is the most, the question basically for me, what is the most commonly grown crop in your area, right? It grows there, right? So I can ask question like Iowa में. So let's say I'm not asking question, you are saying Iowa में बहुत, which crop, JDG? I know you're not from Iowa, but Iowa में बहुत corn. Right? आयोवा में बहुत corn होता है. Okay. There, if you notice it, you're using hota. Okay. Because it's generally it's grown there. Okay. So even though the statement is still there, generally the sentence is true, but here it is implying that it grows there. Right? आयोवा में बहुत corn होता है. Okay. Imagine I ask you the question, क्या ब्राजील में बहुत कॉफी होती है? Okay. You may or you may not answer, but let's say give it a try. Undersheet, this is for you. क्या ब्राजील में बहुत कॉफी होती है? Or replace Brazil with your own maybe country. क्या आपकी कंट्री में बहुत कॉफी होती है? Okay. The question is, क्या आपकी कंट्री में बहुत कॉफी होती है? What kind of question is that? Maybe first, what did you understand from this? What am I asking you?
Is there a lot of coffee in Brazil?
Okay, yeah, Brazil. Or if I say क्या आपकी country में, then it's like in your country.
And
Okay. How would you respond?
Is it for me?
Yeah, you can go for it, Anand. Yeah.
I couldn't hear the sound. It's a little. The room is getting loud from the room. So, क्या आपकी country में बहुत कॉफी होती है? केन्या बहुत कॉफी होती है.
Okay. So
केन्या में बहुत कॉफी होती है.
can I what?
केन्या
केन्या में होती है. Okay. So केन्या में बहुत कॉफी होती है. That is sort of you said. But like let's say if I'm asking आपकी country में, in your country, when the question is starting with an interrogative, क्या, the answer would be in.
क्या आपकी कंट्री में बहुत कॉफी
होती है?
नहीं, कॉफी नहीं है.
Okay, very good. नहीं, and then name your country में कॉफी होती है.
नहीं, डेनमार्क में नहीं कॉफी होती है.
Okay, and then you can say Denmark में, what is the most popular thing that grows in Denmark? Denmark में?
डेनमार्क में बहुत बाली होती है.
Which one?
बाली.
Barley. Oh, barley.
अंग्रेजी में सोच दो कि बाली.
Barley in Hindi.
Bali.
Yeah. Barley in Hindi is anybody?
Bali.
Is it something like gehoon?
Okay. Who does? Gehu is wheat.
Jao.
Joe. That's right. Joe. Very good, right? Joe. Barley. Denmark में बहुत जौ होता है. But you can say barley. Okay. I think this would even Hindi speakers, a lot of Hindi. I mean, older generation would definitely know. Even the younger would know, but they would still use barley. So you can say barley. Okay, awesome. Okay. So this thing still needs to settle down. Okay. So far we have done like the grow part. Okay. Now happen part. Okay. Again, Anders, I'm talking to you only. Let's say now the question that I'm asking to you is basically क्या डेनमार्क में बहुत बारिश होती है? क्या डेनमार्क में बहुत बारिश होती है? What am I asking you? क्या डेनमार्क में बहुत बारिश होती है? What is बारिश?
You're still asking me?
Yes, I'm still asking you.
बारिश अंग्रेजी में rain है.
Okay, very good. So what is the question? क्या डेनमार्क में बहुत बारिश होती है? I'm still using the form of Hona because barish is feminine. Okay. In this case, it's basically to take place, right? It will happen, right? So क्या डेनमार्क में बहुत बारिश होती है?
अभी नहीं है.
Okay. डेनमार्क में जनरली ज्यादा बारिश नहीं होती है. Okay, you
No,
can say, right?
generally होती है.
Generally.
अभी नहीं.
Okay.
Six weeks without rain.
Okay, awesome. Otherwise, generally it rains a lot.
बहुत नहीं in middle.
Okay, average. Okay.
थोड़ी नहीं, बहुत नहीं.
Okay, very good. Right. So you can see, like, these type of sentences are pretty good to have. If you want to know general stuff about a country or a person or the type of people, it can be good because you can learn about, like, not just like the person, but also about their place, like what kind of crop they have generally in the country, what kind of environment they have, right? These kind of sentences can be pretty handy. Okay. Slide D2. Let's say you want to say what time is the sun rises and sun sets. So what is sunrise and sunset in Hindi? Let's see, we talk about that. What is sunrise? So sun, I'm going to give you, Surya is another word for sun. Suraj is probably, you have heard of it most commonly. And rise is, the word for rise is uday and set is ast. So when you combine both of them together, Surya Uday, it becomes, there is a separate Suryodaya. Very good. It becomes Suryodaya. So this is sort of your two words coming together and it becomes a sort of Suryodaya. Okay. And similarly, Surya plus Ast becomes Suryasta. Suryasta. Okay. So imagine you want to know when does the sun rise in your place, in a particular name of the country, and when does it set? Mitaji, you're asking this question to Erin. When does the sun rise in, like, in her place, and when does it set? How will you ask? Erin ji, remind again, Erin ji, where are you from?
From Philippines.
Huh?
Philippines.
Philippines. Okay, so your question, I think you have to phrase it accordingly.
LNG सूर्योदय कितने बजे है? Sorry, कितने बजे होती है?
Okay, so it's Suryodaya, it's masculine. So कितने बजे
होता है?
Very good. Philippines में सूर्योदय कितने बजे होता है? I'm glad you remember it because we just covered it in the previous class. कितने बजे? Okay. So Philippines में सूर्योदय कितने बजे होता है? Yes, you have to respond to that, Erin.
फिलीपींस में सूर्योदय प्रातः 6 बजे है।
6 बजे होता है। Very good. Okay, 6:30 बजे होता है और 6 बजे होता है। Next one, yes. Again, you, Meeta ji.
फिलीपींस में सूर्यास्त कितने बजे होता है?
फिलीपींस में सूर्यास्त सुबह 6 बजे, सूर्यास्त शाम में 7 बजे होता है।
Very good, right? शाम को और शाम में 6 बजे होता है। Amazing. Okay. Any questions so far, anyone? We're still in the, if you notice it, this is a hint of occur. right? What time it happens, or so it may not fit a particular one, but like you will see, like you're really talking about like when does it happen, or what time it takes place. Yeah. Okay. Now let's say you want to talk about what kind of festivals are there in a particular country. Okay, one person is asking to the other one. Okay, let's say who would say that, who has not had a chance. Mimiji, you are asking, let's say Teresa ji, she's from Singapore. Mimiji, I know this is your first class, but feel free if you want to take more time, that's totally okay. But let's say you want to find out like what kind of festivals are there in Singapore.
क्या भारत में है सिंगापुर? क्या सिंगापुर भारत में है?
हाँ, सिंगापुर भारत का पड़ोसी है, नेबर है. सो सिंगापुर में हाँ, which in Hindi is
कौन, not
very
क्या.
yeah, very good. So सिंगापुर में कौन से, and I'm going to help
Part.
you. Festival.
Is part the word for festival? Part.
The word for festival is parv. You can say parv. Very good. You can say parv, or you can say त्योहार.
त्योहार.
Yeah.
सिंगापुर में कौन से त्योहार है?
Okay.
है. सिंगापुर में कौन? सिंगापुर में कौन से त्योहार है?
Okay. So form of Hona would be
होते.
very good.
होते.
सिंगापुर में कौन से त्योहार?
Plural.
Very good. सिंगापुर में कौन से?
सिंगापुर में कौन से त्योहार होते हैं?
Yeah. Okay. The same sentence can be said in a passive voice as well. Like what kind of festivals are celebrated. You can say like कौन से त्योहार celebrate किए जाते हैं. Okay. But passive, this is for advanced learners, right? You can say it in passive voice as well. But you should know simpler way as well. And Hona is a simpler way of saying the same thing. Like Singapore में कौन से त्योहार होते हैं. Okay. Like in the beginning, you may not know how to say the active you would know, but the passive thing you may not know, right? So this is another way of asking. Any questions so far, Jackie ji? Is it okay? Making sense, or any questions?
When do you use parv?
Parv? This one?
Yes.
So parv, it's like, I mean, again, this is a very hard question, right? I mean, when do I use parv? Like if for more cultural festivals, I would use tyohar, okay? But parv, like for example, like the Independence Day, like it's not really a festival per se, but it's like, or Republic Day, right? It's not a festival per se, but it is like a celebration or a landmark day. Right? So then I would say like a parv hai, okay? So, any questions, anyone? Okay, making sense. Who's finding it hard? Okay, all right. So this is for your case number 2. Remember case number 1, which is things which are generally true, eternally truth, right? We want to say generally. Second one is basically when it is a notion of to occur, to take place, to happen, or to grow. Okay. Third one is when you want to express causation. Okay, I'm going to remove it. When you want to express causation. So you want to say something like you want to say something, it causes something, X causes Y. Okay. So an example could be smoking. Let's say it causes cancer. Okay. Or let's say you have something like, a spicy food. Because of spicy food, you want to say causes acidity, right? So you can replace x and y. If you know the pattern, you just need to replace x or y, and you have a way of using this formula per se. Okay. So when you want to say smoking causes cancer, how would you say? So let's say you want to just use the word smoking and you want to just use word cancer. Let's say who would try that one? Anybody can try it. You can unmute yourself. Only
Smoking
one thing
say
would
cancer
you
hota
use.
hey.
Which one? Say it one more time.
Smoking say cancer hota hey.
Very good. Smoking से कैंसर होता smoking से कैंसर होता है. Only one thing you would remember is because due to this you will end up using a postposition after the x, right? So you will say smoking से कैंसर होता है. Okay, smoking से कैंसर होता है. Okay, just like that, so whenever there's a causation, you would use the form of Hona. Okay, just like that, if you want to say spicy food, eating the spicy food, it causes acidity. You can say, either you can say spicy food, you can say spicy food, acidity, 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 what would I say?
Hota hai. नहीं होता है.
Is it होता है, होती है, होते हैं?
Spicy food.
हाँ?
होती है.
Very good. Why होती है?
Sabjiyan is feminine.
Which one?
Sabjiyan. Sabjiyan.
So let's see, what are the other explanation? Acidity होती है.
Is it agreeing with acidity?
It is agreeing with acidity. It is agreeing with acidity. Yes.
Because spicy food is part of the postpositional
That's right.
phrase.
That's right.
Yeah. So Asuji, in the first one, smoking causes cancer.
Huh?
Would smoking be pine or pina?
Yes. Okay. So either you can say, if you want to say smoke करने से or cigarette पीने से. Okay. So it's how you are saying it. If you want to say, you can say cigarette पीने से. Okay. Similarly, if you want to use this one, you would say spicy food or मसालेदार खाना खाने से. So this say is changing this case to an oblique case, the verb to an oblique case. Just like smoking पीने से or cigarette पीने से. Okay. Yes. Mimiji.
You said a few sentences back that you would use the postposition say after smoking at the beginning, and you explained very briefly why.
Yeah.
Can you say it again?
Yeah. Who would like to try this one out before I give? Why are we using Rita ji when you were giving the answer like smoking करने से? Why did you use say?
I don't know. It was kind of like in smoking or by smoking. It's because of smoking.
From smoking.
Yeah, like from smoking. Yeah.
Yes, from smoking.
Yeah.
From smoking or due to smoking. So whenever you have this, it's basically due to this, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's basically the postposition say. Anybody else, you have pollution causes environmental damage. Long sentence, but you have the patterns. Pollution causes environmental damage. You can use English words here, okay? So that's the thing, like, if you know the pattern, it can be simplified. You don't need to know, you don't need to know every single thing. Let's see, Delacy, how would you break it down? Pollution causes environmental damage.
sorry, I couldn't unmute.
Yeah.
So pollution
Mhm.
is the first with the se, pollution se,
Mhm.
and then environmental damage.
Mhm.
And then I don't know if it's feminine or masculine, environmental damage.
Mhm.
So if it's masculine, hota hai.
There you go. Very good. And pollution से environmental damage होता है, right? Simple, right? I mean, now you can easily find out. Let's say you don't know the word for pollution. Delacy, you know the formula by any chance? How would you find out?
Pollution हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं?
Very good. Okay. Who are you asking?
I don't know. Who knows it?
You have so many friends from here. Ask anyone.
शर्मिला जी,
Uh-huh.
pollution हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं?
Pollution प्रदूषण है.
प्रदूषण, हाँ. धन्यवाद.
What is the say it again one more time? What is the word here?
प्रदूषण.
Pradushan.
Oh, namaste, namaste.
Yeah, Pradushan. Okay. Now say it again.
प्रदूषण से environmental damage होता है.
Okay. Now you want to know what is environmental called in Hindi. I'm just helping you because with your help, so many people will be able to ask anyone other than Shamila ji.
Teresa ji,
She's probably very late. It's probably midnight. For Vidya ji is there.
Vidya ji, environmental damage हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं?
environmental है हिंदी में. Let me see. पर्यावरणीय. पर्यावरणीय.
So you can just use Paryavaran for environment, and damage you can just say simple word. You can say kharab.
Hani. Oh, I would say hani.
Okay, you can say hani Paryavaran. If you want to use one word, you can say Paryavaran hani, or if you want to say damages, you can also say kharab. Okay, so when you put everything together, it's simple. You can say Pradushan se Paryavaran hani hoti hai. Okay, hani is considered, it's considered feminine, so Paryavaran hani hoti hai. But if you want to say kharab, you can say Pradushan se Paryavaran kharab hota hai. Okay, I know it was hard, it may sound hard, but the pattern, it should be easy. Okay, excessive sun exposure causes sunburn. Let's see, Vidya ji.
Oh, actually, I have a question.
Go for it.
Is it पर्यावरण की हानि होती है?
Yes, so when you say Paryavaran Hani, it implies Paryavaran ki Hani.
Acha.
Yeah.
And what was the other sentence?
Excessive sun exposure causes sunburn. Like too much of sun. Excessive sun exposure. Yes.
Just say bahut sari.
I would say बहुत धूप सेकने से. And then the other.
Sunburn.
Oh, बहुत वो भी बहुत हानि करती है.
Very good. Okay. Very good. Very good. So you were right. बहुत धूप से और बहुत सारी धूप से sunburn होता है. Okay. You can also use model, but the purpose of this class was hota hai. Otherwise, like ho sakta hai, if you want to use like a possibility, like it can cause. If you want to say it can cause, then you can say ho sakta hai or ho sakta. Any questions, anyone so far? So this is third one. When you're talking about causation, X causes Y, okay, or A causes B. So think about all the type of sentences you can think of. Yesterday I was just playing around with it, like, and it gave me a bunch of sentences, like, excessive use of electronic devices, it can cause eye strain. Okay, it's a simple thing, but you know that it's still following the X causes Y pattern, right? So you can say like बहुत सारे electronic devices use करने से आँखों में दर्द होता है, right? Or eye strain होता है. Same thing, I'm just playing around with the bird. Or if if you don't want to split it out, you can also say just like how Delia mentioned, like and pollution से environmental damage होता है. Okay, you can say excessive electronic use से eye strain होता है, because then it's like most of the sentence is English with that pattern. Yeah. Any questions so far? Anyone? Who would like to share some more sentence before we wrap up? It's right at 9 o'clock. Let's see. Sheila ji, you want to share something?
Oh, on this form,
Whichever, yeah.
Bahut, hard work. Mehnat kam
Very good.
se
मेहनत
thaka hota hai.
मेहनत करने से it causes tiredness. Is that what you're saying?
Thakan hota hai.
Very good. मेहनत करने से थकान होती
Oh,
है.
hoti.
It's good. Like, so you get it, right? मेहनत करने से थकान होती है. Okay? मेहनत करने से थकान नहीं होती है. मेहनत करने से खुशी होती है. Right? But somebody can respond to you, right? मेहनत करने से खुशी होती है. Okay? Awesome. Right. So I'll stop the broadcast. So folks who watched live on Facebook, thank you so much. I definitely encourage you to sort of join us live as well. Whenever time permits, and if you're not able to join it, definitely Facebook or the recorded session will be there as well. So I'm going to stop the broadcast.